Down or?
You could count down.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Get Kool. Okay. So I believe I just want Bro Sencha to just explain why. That's the question I have for you.
This is the worst game in existence.
Wow.
First off. Yeah, worse than Athena, okay? I hate this game. The thing is, momentum, it's the game of inertia, okay? Pure inertia. You push over, and you're like a giant bowling ball, okay? You don't move very fast, but when you get moving, oh boy. Okay, you just don't stop.
Wow. I feel like there's a lot of emotions going on next to me.
Was that the response that you were expecting?
Do you need just a...
There's so many. Like, I decided, hey, it might be a good idea to start running this. And then Smart Ball decided to play it, and I'm like, never mind. I have no reason to play this ever again.
Yeah, so this game, Bro Sencha is very famous for his Cuso Grande tournaments that he hosts for bad games. And he came upon this game, decided to run it. He put up a really, really solid sub-hour, 51 minutes something.
Yeah.
And then, Author Blues and Smart Ball kind of hopped in and said, you know what, we love to be punished as well. So they, I think Auth is a mid-17 and Smart Ball is a 16:05. So
yeah,
Bro Sencha
like
right behind them with a 51-minute time is really charging. He's ready to go. But
that's a strong third place.
Yeah,
it's third place.
All joking aside, this is kind of a Kuso game, but what's really interesting about it is it has, very intriguing physics. As Bro said, we're talking SMB3 physics, but on an extreme. So it takes a very, very long time to get momentum. It takes and you go very fast when you get it. So when this game's moving quickly, it moves very well. It's got a lot of precise platforming. It's got a lot of really cool tricks. We're going to see some clips coming up soon. But whenever you bump into something, you completely go to a stop, and it takes a very long time to get going again. So it can be a very frustrating casual play. Here, you see also often in the levels they're designed where they can scroll vertically or sometimes you can go down to different parts of the level, which is actually pretty cool, but it can be confusing because it won't project that. Do you want to explain what just happened?
This is a clip.
Nice.
You can sometimes jump into walls.
Okay.
It's like Super Mario Brothers 3, okay?
Yep, it's the same game basically. It's just more based off of a Japanese actor from the 80s. So, no, you have to jump into the wall and kind of turn at the right point. It's actually fairly easy to pull off. It's something that you could probably go reproduce at home really easily, which is cool. I think a lot of times, these runs can get, hyped up and you'll be like, well, I could never do something like that. But some of these tricks are actually a lot easier than they look. Sometimes just playing the game is harder than doing the tricks.
Oh my gosh. The first playthrough took me 4.5 hours, okay? And it was the worst day of my life.
Wow. You need a hug later, or are you okay, buddy?
Yeah, this is
just
like
memories. It's flashbacks.
Redeeming, okay? Redeeming everything.
Absolutely. This game is kind of interesting in that it has a bunch of different endings. So you see that clock on the top left. It is, counting up, and every hour in real time, not counting screen transitions and other stuff, is a day in the game, and it switches between night and day. And basically, the amount of time it takes to beat the game will give you multiple different endings. So the story of this game, the lore, is that the king, what's his name?
John Arbuckle.
John Arbuckle. I don't think that's accurate, but we'll go with it.
No, he looks like John Arbuckle.
Okay,
Look
I guess
at
that's
his
canon.
eyes.
He's
Okay.
John Arbuckle now.
That's canon.
King Arbuckle.
He's dying, and the disease is incurable except for the cure. And so that's what we're going for. It's 7 herbs that we have to get. And so this is Kid Kool going to go rescue these, get these herbs to go save the king. And if you don't beat this game in under 3 hours, the king dies anyways. So I'm sure a lot of kids really enjoyed that. I'm sure that was great.
Yeah, that's the first ending I got.
The big thing is you see our buddy Wiki. He's this little red, I don't know, fry guy from the 80s. What is
His
he?
name's Wiki?
His name's Wiki,
I
yeah.
always call him Vic Tokai because...
Okay, Vic Tokai's the company that published and developed this.
Yeah, Vic Tokai developed this. Wait, weren't they like some dishwashing manufacturer or
You're
something?
a dishwashing
I'm trying to
manufacturer.
remember what they did.
I think they were a utility company.
Oh, utility
VIC
company.
stands for Video Interactive and Communication, I believe.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what Author Blue said in the podcast. I believe him.
Okay, so
He's
Wiki.
smart.
And the Japanese name for this, if you don't know, is translated as Kekefu's Jump Heaven Speed Hell. So that kind of just explains the game right there. I don't think I need to say anything else.
This
I don't
clip's
know.
a little
Yeah.
bit tricky. Smart Ball going for it.
What's amazing about this game is it's just really not meant to be beaten at
all.
all, let alone beaten quickly. The king's meant to die, I guess. I don't know why, but you know.
Nobody likes John Arbuckle. It's just the facts.
The optimization of this game over, especially, Auth and Smartball, just really, putting in the time to keep this momentum physics going throughout the levels, finding different clips and places to save time has been really awesome. Some scary parts of the tech as well. So you saw a nice, awesome clip there. We can
That
avoid
one
these
is
very
the most
difficult levels.
one.
Yeah, give it a round of applause. These clips are awesome.
I've never gotten that clip myself.
What's difficult about this game is that you do, so you have 2 hits if you have Wiki with you. You have 1 hit if you do not have Wiki. But if you throw Wiki at something as a weapon, while Wiki is away from your sprite, you are down to 1 hit again. So sometimes Smartball has said he has thought about hitting the throw button and just died from that alone. So that's.
Yeah.
Now you also have these blowers that are just.
They're the best. They're so
they're the
good.
best.
They're your worst enemy.
It's one of the better game mechanics you'll ever see, where the game just blows air at you and you can't go forward for long periods of time. So
Yeah, they're part of why my PB is 6
and
hours.
here I'm rooting for the troll. I want this to take as long as possible. This is like the hardest section of the game. It's a lot of RNG, and Smartball knows I'm rooting against him. He's probably not pleased he put me on the couch at this point. Yep, this is the game right here. You're watching it.
This is the hallway that if you hold right, you eventually get through it.
No, you don't.
And you usually
No,
die.
you don't.
You usually die.
No, it could take like 5 minutes.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Honestly,
That's good.
You might look at that and say, wow, that guy Smartball really took a long time to get through there, and that was actually pretty quick because it's really bad and it's all very RNG based. So, man, we've been all over the place. I hope we've explained. I mean, this game really deserves the best of explanations. So I feel like, have we done a good enough job, you think, bro?
Absolutely.
You've done pretty darn good.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. The next set of stages, by the way,
Easily
are like
the hardest.
a sky construction zone, aren't they?
No, it's desert.
Oh, the desert.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I hate the desert.
The sky is after that.
I forget.
One interesting thing, you see this mini game in between the levels. There's all these hidden bags of money that are like in the sky. They're not like under. Oh, losing a little wiki
that's
there.
rough.
These inclines are very difficult, and once you lose wiki, they can be even more frustrating because you're moving so slowly due to a lack of momentum. Here we've got invincibility is always good.
Yep, this is 1 of 2 we'll see in this run.
Yeah.
Now, you're seeing him go super fast. In this game, you're not going to go this fast nearly ever when you're playing this casually.
No. It's the momentum, again, is really hard to pick up, etc. Unfortunately, taking the death there. These inclines are really difficult. Once you lose wiki, you lose a bit of protection because you have that extra hit. Pretty understandable to take a death in this situation, and and another death. That's fine. Yeah, it's a few seconds.
Yeah.
The king can wait for
This
his
is one of the
herbs.
worst areas to not have wiki.
Yeah, and there's nowhere to get wiki anywhere.
Yeah, so the unfortunate thing is, unless you're running fast enough over some random bushes in certain levels, that's where you get wiki back. So you just kind of have to know what bushes he's in. Sometimes if you lose wiki, you're going to have to wait a good level or 2 to get him back, and that means you're 1 hit the whole time, which is very difficult. And so this world, I believe 4 it is just one of the harder stages because of these inclines, the cannonball shooting at you, and just the incessant slow climbing up these.
Oh, that was
so
really
nice.
good.
Nice.
That is a really stressful hallway to go through without wiki.
I
Nice
want
job,
to
Mike
say as
Smartball.
well, if you mess up one jump in this game, oftentimes your route completely goes different.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you'll fall down. So those flagpoles will give you a ton of more physics and interesting tech that doesn't exist in other games. That
They
will
give you
fling
physics.
Yeah, they give you physics. Literally,
Okay.
physics units go into the character, and you can fling your way forward, backwards. That's how physics is, I believe. Is that?
Sure. Yeah.
I've read
no,
about
you're good.
physics. That's about right.
And so, sometimes you'll fling your way. You might not get the right momentum, or like Rosentia here said, you might fall or miss a jump and scroll down to a new section. You really do have to be willing to adapt to different circumstances and know how to maybe either clip your way back up or just to adjust to those sections.
Yeah. Nice.
Tina, what's that at the end of the levels?
I think it's a sphinx
Why?
because
Yeah,
That's Egypt land.
because Egypt.
yeah.
Now, it became an acceptable swear in my house to yell Vic Tokai.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Vic Tokai made a lot of very interesting NES games. They made games like Clash at Demon Head and what is it? What's the,
Well,
Trine Conquest, and all their games seem to have fairly interesting mechanics that you don't see commonly in other NES games, which to some people might make them bad games or quirky games, but they do add a level of interest that you might not experience. Unfortunately, missing that jump there, as we said, having to kind of adjust your strats on the fly when you miss a jump, and now he did get Wiki back. His
so
invincibility ran out a little earlier than he would like, but still he's better because he has Wiki.
Yeah, that's the one intentional damage that you see in. Huh, that was neat.
I hate those snakes. They're so it's unreliable if you're going to hit them or if they're going to hit you.
You can never rely on the snakes, huh?
Not the jelly bean snakes.
The boss fights are really great because you stand on this and then you do it again, and then
now the slippery.
We're gonna do it a few more times, I think, right?
By the way, we didn't talk about one aspect of the physics, which is the Wile E. Coyote physics.
Oh.
Because if you run off a ledge and turn around, oftentimes you'll just freeze in the air, and you can mash a button in order to get back onto the platform, or just fall.
That actually does come into effect during some of the boss fights. You'll see the ones with kind of the metal triangle hats. You'll notice that he will jump before he turns around direction when he's fighting those. The reason for that is he'll get stuck in that Wile E. Coyote state, and then he will end up taking additional damage. So it actually does kind of come into play for something that he kind of has to watch out for. And here, very difficult platforming sections. I don't know, what do you call it?
The
caution tape?
Yeah, the caution tape.
Yeah, that means you die. The caution means you're dead if you don't take caution.
Yeah, if it's not there, there's another screen, but if you have that caution tape there, you're dead if you fall.
Watch out, you're dead.
Yeah, and that's bad.
It's not fast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So Brosencho, when's the sub 30 coming?
You know what? I want to start running this again now that I'm watching
What if somebody were to donate like $1,000 to Games Done Quick right now in your name to get the sub 30? Would you get it?
Yeah. Okay, 100% yeah. If anybody wants to do that before the run's over.
There's got to be some rich, very tired person out there that's looking at this game and they're like, you know what? That Brosencho guy really seems to not like it.
Their soul is just shouting, Victo guy.
Yeah.
Victo guy.
They've got $1,000 in their pocket. It's making their pants too heavy, and they're just like, I want to get rid of this.
Well, it's not $1,000, but we got a $15 donation from Dr. Gunn that says, hey, Brosencha, what do you call the child of a pigeon?
Please.
Kid Kool.
That's so dumb. Thank you for the donation. Wait, what? I don't know. The tech people are psyching me out.
That was the most delayed reaction to anything I've ever seen. That was great. Poor Smartball just listening to us like
I love
meme
it.
back here while he's trying to play a very difficult video game. Everybody should give Smartball a follow. He does a lot of speed games, honestly. He does a lot of very interesting speed games, including a game called Smartball. I think that might have affected his name.
Is that where it came from? I thought
yeah.
that they named the game after him because he's so good at it.
That might also be the case, but
Best music incoming, by the way. I love the music of the next stages.
Smartball, where do you pick up all your speed games?
Sure.
Here and there.
It's pretty buff.
This was not planned, but okay. It is good music.
No.
Oh, it's so good.
Do you have a rap to do over it?
So, no, I don't.
You do not,
actually.
Unfortunately.
So with every set of stages, it actually introduces new mechanics. This is the mechanic of go through pipes. And like, as soon as I got to this set of stages, it was a breath of fresh air because they're so easy compared to the previous stages that came up. And
It looks really painful for unnamed protagonists from this game to go into that pipe.
he's Kid Kool. His name's Kid Kool, okay? They actually call
look at
him
that.
Kool.
Okay,
That
but
looks
you're
uncomfortable.
talking about his name, but no, that really doesn't look healthy.
It really does not look like it's a very comfortable situation. I really do like the physics in this game where if you are going fast enough, you can skip over the water. I don't think I've ever seen that really in a lot of other games, and I do find it really cool.
Like this and Psycho Fox, which is basically the same game.
Well, do you do it in decap attack as well?
I'm not sure. So this game's engine actually was used in a couple of games. Psycho Fox for the Sega Master System, Decap Attack for the Sega Genesis, and there's one other game.
Magical Hat.
Magical Hat, and then a lot of Japanese words.
Yeah.
And it's
also
interesting.
called Decap Attack.
These games don't have the same characters and not the same plot, same graphics, same music. It's all different, but this engine was actually used for for some reason, for many games, because I assume just large demand from the public to
It's
say, we need
Vic
more.
Tokai, okay?
We need more of this.
But their third game, the Magical Hat, is actually fairly good. They managed to take out a lot of the frustrating aspects of this game.
It's cool, though. You saw the sky darken there a bit, so like you do transition from day to night based on the in-game timer. Again, you also get different endings and stuff. Really creative for an NES game. A lot of NES games, you either just beat it or you don't. This game kind of providing a lot of additional content, which I think is pretty cool. Nice kill.
That was getting a little bit scary. Oh, we're not going to see the best sky colors.
Also, the Smurfs.
no.
Is this a Smurfs world or?
Sure,
The Smurf houses?
Smurfs Land.
Nice.
Okay, we're on the final set of stages.
Oh, this is the best song to beat, TBH. If I could be completely TBH right now,
Sure.
it's the best song.
Now, the other levels actually have checkpoints throughout, but these final ones do not. And they just take everything that you've been taught about this game and just shoves it down your throat.
Do you think that was to teach kids that sometimes you fail?
It's dumb being cool.
I feel like it teaches adults that as well.
That's accurate.
My gosh. I'm so stressed, okay? This brings back bad memories.
This is a good way for you to deal with your trauma right now, I think. So it's okay. Sometimes you have to face your fears.
We've got a $50 donation from Amazing Toaster that says, if I may quote myself regarding Kid Kool, in case anyone was wondering what a game would look like if it were made out of pure dumb, this is it.
It's true, though. It's so dumb.
So here we finally see the minigame. We're rooting for Wiki because Wiki will just make him take more time. Oh.
Oh. That was
Yeah,
quick.
Wiki just gives one extra spin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can get kind of stuck in a Wiki cycle, you know?
Nice jumps there. Not too surprising.
Yeah, it's nice that the platforms decide to now electrocute you as well as have all these enemies in the way and these physics. It's
The
definitely
stupid
ramps
flies,
up.
the heart flies, okay? They just jump in such a weird angle.
But how do you really feel about them?
I hate them, okay? There's so much hate.
Well, looks like you're gonna get to love them, Brosincha, because we have a $1,000 donation from
Yay, donation, but no!
Sharif 101 that says, your move, Brosincha.
Sharif! Oh my gosh, Sharif!
The worst part is he's one of my viewers. That money could have gone to me. Why didn't I say I would do it for some 30?
Okay, I guess I'm running this again.
Yeah, I'm so excited for Brosencha Kid Kool runs. Oh, man.
Oh, my
Guaranteed
gosh.
sub 30 coming. And you know what? It helped the world become a better place.
The thing
So,
is,
That's true.
it made your life personally a worse place to be, but the
Well, yeah,
whole
but
world
there's
as a
so
whole
much
will be
worse.
better.
That's the balance of the situation.
It's a net gain for
Yeah.
the world.
Well,
the
yeah.
thing is, with this
Huge,
game...
devastating loss for you personally.
Oh, it's a
big,
huge loss.
big gain for the world, though, so that's nice.
The thing about this game is that with every run that you do, like,
You'll be
there's
doing a lot of them.
So much Oh my gosh, there's so much improvement that can be made.
Yeah.
I forget how long the task is, but it's so short. And so this is the game of infinite improvement. Okay.
I'm waiting for you to become like Beautiful Mind. You'll be drawing Kid Kool sketches on your walls, like
I already
just trying
do
to
that,
find.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like seriously, just John Arbuckle is everywhere in my room. Okay, just.
That's weird. I never thought someone would say John Arbuckle's everywhere in my room during this run. You never know what you're gonna get when Brusencha's here with you, and
Dude,
that's the best.
But that's who he is.
Yeah.
Final boss here. Listen to this fantastic music.
This is very anticlimactic music right now.
It's so dumb. I hate these bosses.
Yeah, so here you'll see that he jumps and turns in the air on purpose because if he turned wall, he was hopping, he would actually do the coyote clip there
I
and
died
take damage.
here. My first playthrough. I
Time.
killed the
Time.
boss.
1907. Holy hackaroo.
That's good.
And the ending. Yes.
So this means the king is not dead. I believe that was less than 3 hours. I don't know.